Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today for your Sunday game, it's going to be soO versus INnoVation. Here on Ephemeron, the Ladder Edition. Bottom right-hand corner, it is the red Terran player INnoVation. And in the top left-hand corner, it is the blue Zerg player soO. Now, soO has lost the last few ZVTs I have cast him in. But he is capable of beating INnoVation, so this should be a pretty darn exciting game. At least according to these names. Hit that like button if you're excited for soO versus INnoVation. Hit that like button if you're excited for another StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void cast. 16, 18, 17 here from soO. 1 Rax Expend here from INnoVation. Man, you guys, I was number 1 on the Diamond 2 ladder for 3v3, and then I lost 10 games in a row, and now I am the number 10 on the Diamond 2 ladder for 3v3. That's how it goes, right? The ladder. When you're this close to your promotion, then the game tries to humble you and tries to make you quit the game, but I will not be dissuaded. I don't know, at this point of the ladder, I kind of feel like there's a lot of rushing going on. Like 4 out of the last 5 games, one of the Terrans on the other team went Mass Reaper to start off. And so I just started going 16 gas, 15 pool into 16 hatch. And then getting speed, and then pumping a lot of Zerglings, and then getting +1 attack, and then +1 armor, and it seems to work pretty well. So we'll have to see what that is, and if it could be sustained. Reaper name is Captain Barnacles. Captain Barnacles was the leader of the elite Aqua research team, the Octonauts, while conducting an environmental research survey for a new shipyard on Tarsonis. His team was attacked by an aquatic strain of Zerg. Barnacles watched in horror as his entire team was wiped out. The only other survivor was Tunip, one of the Vegemals, who was being taken to Char to be added to the swarm. Barnacles made his way to the nearest Dominion outpost and enlisted into the Reaper program determined to rescue Tunip. I think that requires you to stay alive, Captain Barnacles. I have seen a little bit of the Octonauts, a little bit of that show. It's cute, it's adorable. The whole concept of the Vegemals I would feel was made up by the person who wrote this, except for the fact that it's real. So anyway, what you gotta do here, Reaper guy, is stay alive. If you're gonna rescue Tunip. Is it Turnip or Tunip? I don't know, I feel like Tunip is cuter, so that's probably what it is. So Lings do show up. I'm trying to get something done, but I don't think they accomplish anything at all. Unless this SCV... Who gets the hit off first? And then SCV turned around and murders him. Third base from soO coming up, no problem. He scouted the time on the command center. Nothing to worry about there. Creep spread looking pretty fantastic. Already has a creep queen out here, does soO. Now, what you can generally do if you're a Zerg player is stay alive through the power of Lings and Banelings and Queens until you decide what you want to do otherwise. Usually comes down to what the Terran player is trying to kill you with. Now, third CC on the way. Starport coming in here too. This is probably not going to be Battle Cruiser based on the timing on that third CC, and we'll see. We'll have to take a look at that a little bit later, see what goes on there. On the other hand, no sign of a lair. Just third base happening, creep spreading out towards that third base. This Zergling has worked so hard to kill these plates, doing 4 damage per hit, and got him. That should avoid a misclick, no problem. Actually, oversaturating his main base a little bit. These drones will be transferred over to the gas here, but for the time being, that's an oversaturated main for sure, which is not great. Couple Hellions and a Reaper showing up, which is, again, a little bit more of a TVT strategy. I guess it's fairly common in ZVZ as well, but the Queens are able to shut that sucker down. That's why there's an Overlord here and here and here, is to see when the army is coming out, and this army to see this Overlord to see early awareness of when somebody's moving out, except when a Viking shows up and shoots him in the face a few thousand times. Roach Warren on Zive here. Interesting. This might be a bit of a 2.5 base timing Roach Ravager attack against INnoVation, who did go for a quick third and would be therefore at a disadvantage to that particular strategy. There are 10 workers at the third. That is a fusion core. What the 3-base battle cruiser? All right, man. Inno going for a battle cruiser here, which shouldn't really be able to do much, as there are already 5 queens out. Are there any spores to defend with here? Actually, I was going to say, pulled people off gas? No. No, he did not. So he's got 4 gas, 2 bases, not fully saturating the 3rd. Roach is in production right now. Battle Cruiser is going to be annoying, but the oncoming Roach Ravager onslaught is going to be kind of nuts for soO. I need to learn this build. I think it'd be good in 3v3 just to have like a giant army of Roach Ravager at like 6 minutes. I mean, rushes usually come earlier than that, so if you have some kind of defense like we do have here with the queens and the lings and stuff, might be just fine. But either way, Battle Cruiser done yet? Darn thing takes forever to build. No, it's not. Good grief. He is getting Yamato, which to me indicates that he is planning on getting at least more than one Battle Cruiser. Look who's making a Nidus network, though. What the heck? Roach Ravager Nidus? I don't know how you're going to get the vision for anything of a Nidus, unless it's just right here at the front, just to quickly reinforce when you're attacking. But either way, there's no 4th base from soO. He has, I mean, he's got a pretty big army. Battle Cruiser just shuts down this Roach attack. Dang it! soO! I don't even get to see if this worked at all. So if you're dealing with Roach Ravager attacks as a Terran player, make Battle Cruiser. That is going to be pretty good for you. As it turns out, Overseer scouting in, sees a fusion core, obviously. Sees it researching, which indicates, all right, I probably need a Spire. Look at this Battle Cruiser just killing creep tumors. Killing Zerglings, killing creep tumors. Nidus Networm is coming up here. This could be interesting. What's in that Nidus? Just all the queens are here, throwing down creep tumors. The Battle Cruiser trying to come back home, but look at the queen count. That Battle Cruiser does not want to fight against that many queens. If there are 2 BCs, maybe. And then just a handful of roaches. He doesn't even have like a million Ravagers or anything. It's just like, I'm just going to knock down your wall. The queens are going to be a problem for you. More roaches coming out here. I kind of love this. Oh, roaches came over to the 3rd and forced a total liftoff over there. Look at the queen just slow marching over this way. 2 battle cruisers have arrived. But one of the battle cruisers is already injured. Yamatos do one-shot a couple of the queens here. Are there enough queens to actually hold it off? I don't think that there are. I don't believe that there are enough here as soO decides it is time to pull back a bit. Very, very intelligently, might I add. Alright, so he does force a liftoff on the 3rd base. He kills a bunch of Spidey Evos. He supply blocks INnoVation fairly heavily. Oh, he's just over here. You're not going home at all. Spread more creep. Yeah. More creep tumors here. This is such a touch-and-go situation right now. 145 to 108 total supply. The 3rd base is not going to happen, but it's not that big of a deal for INnoVation. He already has 2 bases. soO's on 3. The numbers work out for him here. The math adds up. 4th base is coming in from soO. That's a bit of a concern. But that just means this is not an all-in. But my gosh, spread the creep. You, tumor, up this way. You, tumor, down this way. You've got that covered. Oh, there's 3 BCs here. That's not enough, especially with Yamato. All right, INnoVation has held this. I say that, and more queens come out of the Nidus. Queen pulling back. Transfuse! Good timing on the transfuse. The Corrosive Biles forcing the battle cruisers away from the wounded queens. And then everybody gets in the Nidus, and they decide to maybe to pop out over here because there's a free Nidus from over on this side of the map as well. Which he's not doing. I feel like he should. There's nothing here. Okay, I lied. There's a couple tanks on the high ground, which is annoying, but Ravagers should be able to handle that. And then the battle cruiser jump, the counterattack of BC. Spire is on the way, but it's not done yet, which means there are no corruptors coming in. Get the drones out of there. The queens are getting picked off one by one right now. Battle cruisers are using their ability to fly to the best of their ability, dodging Corrosive Biles. Severely injured. 7 kills, 21 kills, and 7 kills on those battle cruisers. Another base on the way here from soO. This is a great game. This is really good. INnoVation maybe on 3 bases, but soO's on 4 with a 5th base on the way. He's got a Spire. He's making another Spire. Is he not even bothering with Corruptors? He's not. Hang on. Did he lose his first Spire? He might have lost his first Spire. Oh, no, 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 no. Spire died? No. What the heck? Another Nidus comes up. Oh, just inside the main. That's very exciting stuff. Your battle cruisers are on the other side, he says. Did he cancel a Spire and remake it? What is going on? I don't show a lost Spire, but he's making one right now. The battle cruisers are finally back home right now. The queens are stabbing away at the wounded one, causing major problems. 6 SCVs have died. Dude, this game, though, this is great. This is such a fantastically fun ZVT. It's so different from like your normal, all right, Ling, Bane, Queen, defends against Hellion attacks and Hellbats and Marines and Marauders. And then you kind of try to pick the Zerg player apart. And nah, man, this is like head smashing, everybody attacking all the time. Mule's coming on that third base. Really wants to mine that out quickly, apparently. But yeah, look at INnoVation. He's kind of stuck. He's kind of stuck in here. 14 Corruptors are in production, which is going to be almost enough to handle these 4 BCs. The repair, look at the repair. Hey, INnoVation repairs his units, guys. He repairs his BCs. Look at him. He's like, all right, so I'm going to scan. Oh, Corruptors are popping out. Maybe I don't want to jump over there. That was a good use of scan, though, to see if anything was ready to go. And the answer was no until those Corruptors popped, and then suddenly you're in trouble. So Corruptor count pretty heavy. Battle Cruisers still moving around. Still just, I mean, that one paying for itself here. 21 kills. Wait a second. He hasn't lost one. I thought he had one with more kills than that. Just the 4, huh? Quattro battle cruisers. Oh, Thor's in production. Man, everybody knows that soO's weakness apparently is mech, because soO's weakness is mech. Just stating that for the record here. Corruptors. Oh, careful. You're going to take some Yamato's Corruptor Ball. And then the jump. Oh, that jump was so close. He almost lost that BC. It was so close to almost dying. Where is it? Where is it and how much HP does it have? 6. It has 6 hit points. It's not a great number. That command center is gonna go down. No saving it there. This is such a fun game. Oh my gosh. Missile turrets are out to deal with the Corruptors on some level. Oh my goodness. Are they gonna caustic spray down this orbital a little bit anyway? At least injure it to the point that it must be dealt with. Yamato's one-shotting the Corruptors, but still, we're looking at a 3-basing INnoVation for some time now against a 5-basing soO. Continuing to make Corruptors, continuing to get upgrades. He's getting +1 flyer attack here. And these poor SCVs, long distance mining. Look how long this changeling is going to live. I feel like he's going to be a world record changeling here. You ready for him to be alive for a while? Not bad. I don't know if there are any BCs on it, or any Marines right now for the Terran, but there's more of a concern over this way, and Mr. Changeling gets to survive for quite a while longer. So soO is just putting the pressure on. He's putting more pressure on the Terran player than I've seen in some time, and it's INnoVation of all people. So far so good. I'm liking this out of soO. I'm liking it a lot. Ravager, Queen, Corruptor versus Thor, Battlecruiser Tank. Infestation Pit coming in, finally getting a Baneling Nest 12 minutes, recognizing, all right, I probably have the income for it. A 6th base on the way from soO in the top right. Creep spread is all the way down here, which is like, are you kidding me? Well, it was all the way down here, and now the tumors are dead, so never mind. So Queen, Roach, Ravager, the ground army can't really stand against this, at least not with the tank support, but there is some tank support here. Battle Cruisers Yamatoing down all of the stuff right now. Oh, Corrosive Bile on the Thors, wrecking them where they stand. It's too slow to dodge a lot of the time. Corruptors continuing to chase that Battle Cruiser. Oh, they let it go with literally another 6 HP. Literally another 6 HP there. Are you kidding me? These Battle Cruisers have been the luckiest ducks you ever did see. It's just too much, though. This 4th base by Inno isn't even running right now. There's nothing here. Hive on the way from soO. Corruptors trying to see if there's anything they can do, but the missile turret placement is pretty perfect out of INnoVation, which makes a lot of sense. As it is INnoVation we are watching here. Yes? Yes. Yes, it is. He's going for it again. He's like, you don't have enough ground army to handle my ground army. And if your battle cruisers come in, then they all end up dead. And they do. Thor down. Tank down. Thor almost down. Getting chased away. Trying to get shots off on those Corruptors as well as they can. And good game, soO! soO gets the win against INnoVation in a very crazy game of our game. One of our sneaky twofer. Wow. soO gets his first win against a Terran in some time on the channel, and it's against INnoVation of all people. Of all people, it's INnoVation. Part of it is that 6 battle cruisers went down for Inno. There were too many Corruptors out. The upgrades were too good. They didn't do enough damage initially to pay for themselves. And then there's the Nidus combined with the Queen count, combined with the Roach Ravager count, Just impressive. 119 to 26 army supply, 70 workers apiece, but you're not going to keep those 70 much long, or any longer if you have exactly 26 army. End of the day, 19,000 resources lost for Inno, 18,000 for soO. So, I mean, geez. If you're going to lose more resources than the Zerg, you're often going to lose the game, it turns out. Yeah, only 9 drones killed, 24 SCVs went down, all 8 Thors. Tons of Thors and battlecruisers. That's a lot of the resources lost for INnoVation. 77 Roaches went down, 14 Ravagers, 11 Queens died, and at the end of the day, he had 11 Queens. He just had a lot of Queens for that anti-air. Fantastic. Just really, really unquestionably wonderful, wonderful match. All right, let's move into game 2 of our sneaky twofer. I want to see if INnoVation has any revenge on his mind here. Coming in to go against soO again here on the channel. We'll be right back with that one. Game 2 of the sneaky twofer is here on World of Sleepers. That's top right. It's going to be INnoVation, and bottom left we've got soO. That game 1 was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you hit that like button already just because of the YouTube algorithm, or because you actually liked it, which would be a good news for me. Wow. soO, that was an incredible game from you. See, I told you he is capable of beating INnoVation. I told you that before I cast this game and before I watched it. Because I never actually watched these games before I cast them, I can tell ya. Woo! Alright, so soO, not pool first here. 16 hatch. Not commander center first here. Rex. And then expansion. World of Sleepers. Yeah, this is from the Katowice group stages. Not group stages, like qualification rounds. Which had like a billion people in them and a billion matches were played, and it was awesome, and there were a lot of great games in there. And just a bunch I hadn't got around to casting. And I'm kind of glad I came back here. I still can't, unfortunately, cast the games from the Stay-at-Home Story Cup, which sucks. It makes me so bummed out that is the case, but what do? You roll with it. You roll with the punches, Falcon. That's how this works. Alright, let's do Hercules for this Reaper's name. Who put the gladiator? No one, because gladiators are sent to the Reaper program after they no longer entertain Emperor Mengsk. Wow, I was like all ready to burst into song there, and then just got absolutely shut down by the Reaper named Hercules. Okay, well, this SCV is scouting to make sure it's not a 12 pool. Fantastically well done job there, Mr. Zergling. Reaper cruising out with his jetpacks and his guns, and he looks so cool. He's coming right at us. No, please don't shoot us in the face. I guess I never realized how big those jetpacks are, right? It's a lot of fire. Is that how much fire you need to lift a human body to jump like that? Suppose it could be. So how many kills do you need to get here, Hercules? Well, 1 or 2. It is INnoVation after all. Possibly 2, possibly just 1. The timing here is earlier than other people can pull it off, I think. And Queen goes, "Yar! Get out of my neighborhood, Hercules. You're not cool yet." This is like, is this like adult Hercules, or is this like younger Hercules? I don't know. That's actually a pretty good question. We should be asking ourselves. Third CC again. Okay, I will not be tricked again. INnoVation is very capable of going for a fast third CC and getting a battlecruiser out at the same time. I don't know if he's going to try it again, though. I mean, our starport is just starting, so it's still in the wheelhouse. It's still potentially able to happen. Creep spread here, and I love this. I love that the first queen is for creep spread and for chasing off the Reaper. That's something that I've seen Cyril do quite a bit. soO's been doing it, and I've been doing it too in my games, and it's kind of nice. It's nice to get that creep spread moving fast, you know? It really is. I mean, I know it's almost cliche at this point, but man, having good creep spread is just life-changingly good. So especially connecting the 3 bases, it really helps you. Helps you immensely. Viking in production. That third CC finishing up. Do we get a fusion core? So far, it's the exact same build we had in game 1, including the Viking, to kill this Overlord right here, who thinks he's safe, but he's definitely not. And again, we have the Hellion Reaper moving out. Queen ready to go. Overlord saw that coming, shut it down. Hercules still has 0 kills. He's an embarrassment to his entire family. And it is another battle cruiser. What the heck, This is the exact same build as game 1. It is very rare we have 2 games against 2 games from the same 2 players in the same series where there's the exact build. Although, I don't know. I mean, I guess I should say it's rare when we see it work. Usually if somebody goes the exact same build against somebody, it doesn't work because it's easily recognizable. And then it gets shut down. So, I don't know. soO's got a Roach Warren coming in. He has no queens in production, which I'm a little bit concerned about. He does have 6, which is a decent number for 4.5 minutes. More Hellions coming in here. Both players getting that worker count up quite nicely. The third base landing for INnoVation with little to no fanfare. And Hellions, they do pick off one of the creep tumors. That's really, really frustrating for these queens. That said, they both have energy for tumors, so we'll toss those down and protect them on the edge of the creep in case the Hellions come back and try to murder them. There are more Hellions, however, and the battle cruiser is on the way. It takes approximately forever to build. It is extremely expensive, but pretty good and hard to take down. It is not a guarantee of a victory, though. Never has been. Yeah, man. So 3 base and soO here. Again, not really going for a 4th base at this point. He's going for a quick spire, though. This is a faster spire than we saw in game number 1. So I think he is, at the very least, suspicious of battle cruiser, though he has no way of knowing that's what it is. He doesn't see the fusion core. He doesn't see the starport. He doesn't see the battle cruiser, but the overseer totally does. Changeling gets tossed down. Oh, almost gets out. Oh, the Marine murdered him. So the battle cruiser is present and accounted for. Yamato coming in and another battle cruiser on the way. INnoVation says if at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's exactly what he's doing here. But this time soO's spire is going to be done a lot sooner than it was in game number 1. He's going to be able to start making those corruptors that were so important for dealing with the battle cruisers. This is not a mass battle cruiser play, which is you need more than corruptors against mass BC. You won't trade well when they jump in, Yamato down 16 of your corruptors, and then commence attacking. Especially if they've got Ravens in there throwing down anti-armor missile. I mean, I haven't seen that in a while, right? I haven't cast like a mass BC play in some time. I think Zergs have figured out how to deal with it a little bit more effectively. Maybe keeping the Terran on the back foot so they can't get up 16 battle cruisers helps a lot. soO finally taking a 4th base down to the south. It just seems late. Trying to creep spread down this way, connecting again. All the bases connected with creep is a wonderful thing. Did he mine out? He did mine this out, so we can take this more easily. Nice. And 10 corruptors in production already. Infestation pit coming in. I mean, this is soO being prepared for this, and I have to imagine it comes down to he saw it in game 1, he read the signs in game 2, he knew what to do, was better prepared for it. And here we go. There are so many corruptors. Look, the corruptor queen. They're going to force a jump right now. Yep, get out of there. Took some hits, took a corruptor with them, and then escaped back home. All right, man. So creep spreading it, continuing to push. We got the Ravagers. There are some Zerglings in the mix this time, which I'm not sure. I guess there aren't any. Well, there are a couple Hellions here. It's enough to be scary anyway for Zerglings, regardless. Whoa! Whoa, swarm hosts. Okay, never mind. soO is mixing this up. He's like, you know how I'm going to handle this mech strategy is with a few well-placed swarm hosts. Probably not wrong. Like a Nidus right here would be disgustingly good going after this base. Sneaking a Nidus like right here would be really good. There is vision here from INnoVation to make sure that doesn't happen. 11 swarm hosts in production. So he is using the Nidus. I'm assuming this. Because he's making... What? He doesn't have a Nidus network, you guys. He's just... I guess he's just planning on walking the Nidus up to the front door and launching and going? What? I don't even... What are we doing here? We have 8. We're making 8 more. We're going... He's just walking. When's the last time I saw Swarm Host used without Nidus? It's been a very long time. I can't recall. Oh, he scans it, though. What is that scan? That was an insanely good scan. He really wants to stay on the creep for quick retreat if somebody decides to chase him. But look at this. The Corruptors are like, bring it on, battle cruisers. You come over here, we'll murder you. He's waiting for additional swarm hosts to show up here. Transformation servos on the way. This creep spread is disgusting, by the way. 9-minute creep spread, looking like this. All right, here we go. Shoot them out of the sky before they do anything. The Hellbats need to burn stuff down. Look at him focusing down the tanks. Gets one of them. Doesn't get the other one, but that's free tank, right? They're free units. Didn't lose anything there for soO. Although, as somebody who's tried to use Swarm Host quite a bit on the ladder, I can tell you, if they don't get damage done, it's really bad. Because suddenly your entire army is Swarm Hosts, and they can't defend themselves very well, and then your enemy has like 8 bases, and you're dead. So, using Yamato on a Ravager. Cool. Creep spreading out this way. INnoVation is really, again, super backed into a corner here. He's got Creep every which way he wants to go. Creep is pushing up on his 3rd base. He's got a 4th base on the low ground here, which is nice. Again, trying to get the Locust landing. Yamato is... Oh, the battle cruisers again make it out. This is how you deal with Locusts, by the way, if your Terran is Hellions. Well, Hellbats in particular, with the Blue Flame, they really murder Locusts real fast before they can kill much. That said, soO has another base over here. I don't know. I feel like soO had a pretty good handle on this game, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, the Swarm Hosts aren't really paying for themselves. They're not doing much damage. They've killed a tank and like maybe a Hellbat. I don't know. You see that fast that transformation was? Do it now. Transform. There it is. Boink! And they're ready to go. Look at how fast they incinerate these Locusts. Gets a tank for all of those Locusts. INnoVation is fine with these trades. He's got another base coming up here too. So INnoVation has been allowed to take way more bases in this game than he was in the last game, which is exceptionally nice. But he hasn't bothered soO at all, which means that soO is an abjectly terrifying, multiple bajillion base Zerg player with 60 workers, a decent bank, and Creep everywhere. Creep is pushing up on these supply depots. The Great Wall of Supply Depots is being creeped up on. INnoVation, that's never good. Okay, I think he can probably do some damage over there. The Hellbats are trying to get in. Man, reaction time here from Inno, though. Look at this. He's going to land and try to kill a tank. He's going to get another tank and a couple Hellbats, and that's it. I mean, again, this is something, if you're losing one tank every 90 seconds, I think you're okay if you're INnoVation. I don't think you're worried about it all that much. Whoa! The Blue Flame Hellions jumping on top of Roach Ravager. What is even happening right now? Why would you do that with your Hellions? Okay, kind of worked, I guess. I don't know. Creep is getting pushed back a little bit and then replanted because soO is just that good at this game. Creep is up onto a place that INnoVation wants to expand, and he's not going to be allowed to expand there. So that is not great. Here we go again. Another tank down. Maybe another Hellbat. How many Hellbats have died here today? 3? And 6 tanks? Yeah, 6 tanks sounds about right. Ooh, going more traditional Roach Ravager Baneling style here at 12 minutes. Going +3 flyer. Killing supply depots and does supply block Inno. Inno's already at 200 supply though, so it's not a pressing concern for him to replace that at the moment. Although he is making 2 supply depots. I have not seen Swarm Host be used in an offensive position against mech in a while. Oh, these tanks are dead. Not on time. Not on time. 1 tank down. 2 maybe 3 tanks down. The Hellbats aren't here. The tank count is getting obliterated. And oh, 4 HP. INnoVation has gotten so lucky on just surviving units today. Neural Parasite coming in from soO. Look at this. That siege tank has 4 HP and 12 kills. That's a good ratio. Corruptors are fighting, and again, the battle cruisers show up, Yamato a couple Corruptors, and get out of there. Thor did go down for INnoVation. I mean, INnoVation's in a pretty happy position, I'd say, except for the fact that he can't spam here or here because there's so much darn creep. I have never seen soO play this well. I mean, Have I never... It's just been a while, I guess, since I've seen soO play this well. Sensor tower down. Missile turrets down. And a tank or two down. Another tank getting focused. Oh, 31 HP. Survives. This guy... Oh, he's repairing this guy. Look, guys. INnoVation repairs his units. Be like Inno. Building armor coming in from INnoVation. Speaking of the guy. Income is favoring INnoVation quite heavily right now. 84 to 60 workers. He can't actually land here, which is a minor problem. He can't really land even very close because there's a new tumor there. INnoVation straight up meching it though. He's moving into 1,000,000 Thors. Banelings causing problems for the Thors, allowing the Locust to get in there and do extra damage. Not bad. But this is just the cost effectiveness of the Thor. 10 kills, 19 kills. I mean, a lot of these are Locusts, but still, kills are kills. The space is not happening. And INnoVation, he has a long way to go. He has an extremely long way to go here. Neural Parasite is done for soO. He has 0 Infestors, which feels like a problem if you're planning on Neural Parasiting this army, which I would recommend in the hands of an Elite Zerg player like this. Advanced Ballistics coming in. High-Sec Auto-Tracking coming in. A Greater Spire on the way back home from soO. I don't believe in Broodlords. If you've been watching any of my casts recently, you would know I don't believe in Broodlords. I feel like they have turned into the Guardians of StarCraft 1, where Guardians get made, they do something, right? Like, they get made on the other side of the map, they take down a couple SCVs and a couple missile turrets, and then they die. I've never, ever seen Guardians be like a win condition for Zerg before in Brood War. It's crazy. And same thing for Broodlords right now. Whoa! We're going, ladies and gentlemen. Roaches and Ravagers and Zerglings and Banelings and Corrosive Bile on these Thors. And the Thor count is getting reduced to 3. Pulling back. Making more Zerglings. He's like, Zerglings worked pretty well there. Yes, indeed it did. Alright, so Creep getting removed from this area that INnoVation wants to expand to. He removed it from this area too, and is expanding along the right side. So soO getting pushed back a little, but by gosh, does he not have so many hatcheries today? He has 7 hatches and a hive. The battle cruisers are being... Oh, okay. Forcing a Yamato... Oh, hang on. Is he retreating? Not really. He's doing pretty well, honestly. Good transfuse on that Corruptor, though. Oh, this base is not happening. That is a cancel and a liftoff. Thank you very much. The mules are hiding, but I mean, they're going to expire, I think, by the time they accomplish much of anything. He actually shoved that away with additional queens, it looks like. Oh, never mind. They actually have some time left on before they expire. Dude, if Inno wins this thing after soO had the entire map covered in creep, my head's going to explode. It is. Alright, so these mules are dying. They've done their work, I think, for INnoVation, though. And this is, again, soO just struggling with what to do with mass Thor. And he's done some good job here. I mean, he's killed a total of 7 Thors so far, which is awesome. He has 8, though. And once again, Roach, Ravager, Baneling, Locust does take out a couple of the tanks, and maybe one of the Thors here. But the slow march of INnoVation is looking pretty darn intimidating, if you ask me. Yeah. More battle cruisers here for Inno. Suddenly it's... Wait. Just kidding. It's only the 3. I thought those were different ones than the ones we've been seeing. Hey, look, it's Broodlords accomplishing nothing. Hey. Getting one shot. Corrosive Biles. The tanks are good targets for the Corrosive Bile, as they always have been. Got another about, like, 20 seconds. This is just the push. The push here is so real. He's come so far and fought so hard, but in the end, does it even really matter? Or is soO going to have enough to hold this off? The Broodlords are like, hey, let us help. We want to... Ah, the Broodlords died, accomplishing just about nothing. The Locusts and the Zerglings combined against these Thors are pretty darn good. And suddenly, the Thors are all gone. 10 drones have been killed. This game, too's been bananas. And soO barely holds it off. He barely holds off the attack. He's not been able to kill these battle cruisers all game. They each have about 30 kills to their names, which is pretty much how much they need to be cost efficient. Continued reinforcements here from INnoVation. It's 190 to 117 supply. And dude, INnoVation... Bro, you know what would be really handy in this match is Neural Parasite. I don't know why soO's not using it. He researched it. Look at this. He like parted the creep sea. Look. He parted the creep sea with his march. He is Moses. INnoVation is Moses, bringing the Terran to the promised land of killing the hated Zerg. And this might just be it. Like, I don't... Trying to kill these battle cruisers. Okay, one goes down. All right. Two goes down, but no, not enough. Inno does win it. Comes out on top. Army supplies 113 to 64. That is not going to happen. Oh, that was fantastic. What a ridiculously good match between these two players. The longer the game went on, the more it felt like it was INnoVation's game to lose. Like, seriously, 6 Broodlords died. 16 Thors went down, but there were still 10 at the end of the game. 1 battlecruiser remaining. Every time I've seen a Zerg player try to go Swarm Host against mech, especially from the Korean level, it never works. It never works. I don't know what they're trying to do. It would have been better to spend the gas on Neural Parasite, right? So you just go Ravager, Ling Bane, and then you Neural Parasite half of the Thors. You run in there. You have the Thors kill the other half. You clean up what the rest are, and then the Corruptors handle the battle cruisers. I don't know. I need somebody to explain to me what the concept behind these Swarm Hosts are. I don't get it. All right. Well, cool. 1-1 there. I mean, nicely played by INnoVation. There was a point where he was kind of stuck, but then he was able to expand a couple more times down the right side, across the top side. soO was never able to stop that from happening. And INnoVation just kind of slowly developed the Death Ball mech army, and soO did not have the answer for it. Go figure. Alrighty then. Well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.